Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Norly Villar from the DOST Science and Technology Information Institute, and I hope everybody is safe and having a good day today. We are still in the middle of the pandemic, but we keep our high spirits, and no matter how difficult things may seem, we made it through, and we at DOST are optimistic that we can weather the odds together. So it is with pleasure to have you all with us today to present to you DOST's responsive science, technology, and innovation initiatives. Last year, the DOST proudly ushered with big hope and enthusiasm the Big 20 in 2020. Our 20 significant programs that bannered our S&T initiatives with the goal of bringing science to the people. But as we all know, throughout 2020, we were faced by a global pandemic, which posed great challenges on how we go about our daily lives. But in spite of the general fear and uncertainty, the pandemic highlighted a very crucial fact that science, technology, and innovation is needed more than ever. So, with this purpose in mind, unfazed by the pandemic's obstacles, the DOST marches forward with its responsive programs. And with that, today it is our honor and pleasure to present to you this year's Big 21 in 2021. The Big 21 in 2021 is a compilation of technologies, R&D projects, and flagship programs of the DOST being implemented by our different agencies and offices together with the academe, public, and private institutions. This highlights the essence of cooperation and collaboration, especially during hard times. So the Big 21 programs are grouped into 6 different categories, and it cut across several sectors. Our Honorable Secretary will provide more details on this in his presentation later in the program. But of course, before we proceed, we would like to first acknowledge and thank our guests who are present today, our officials from different government agencies who are here with us today, our partners from LGUs and the academe, and of course, our colleagues in the DOST and our friends from the media. Maraming salamat po for attending today's activity. And to formally start our program, we now call on our Undersecretary for Research and Development, Dr. Rowena Cristina Guevara, for her opening remarks.
Thank you, Norly. Secretary Fortunato de la Peña, Undersecretary Renato Solidum, Undersecretary Sancho Mabora, ASEC Dayan, ASEC Lea, ASEC Doneth, and ASEC Ted, Director Burgos, Director Ray, Director Eric, Director Jimmy, Director Lilia, Director Rowan, Director JC, Director Jojo, Director Nancy, Miss Emmy, Director Ernie, Director Armand, Director Annabelle, Director Bob, Director Mel, Director Franz, Director Cesar, our guests from other government agencies, our partners from local government units, co-workers from DOST, our friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, magandang agham po sa ating lahat. The year 2021 featured a rapidly evolving world with an increasing demand for technology and innovation. The new normal, or the now normal, spurred the need for new inventions, enabling society to function amidst a health crisis. When the pandemic hit the country in early 2020, the DOST focused its initiatives on the immediate need to detect and protect each one of us against COVID-19. Later on, we channeled our efforts on retooling the country. Given the escalating health concerns, we saw that businesses have new attitudes towards digitization and the demands of running the country in a contactless environment. Today, we are proud to present to you the Big 21 in 2021, a showcase of DOST's efforts and initiatives aimed at helping our country recover from the drawbacks brought about by COVID-19. Highlighting the list are a number of health technologies as scientists, chemists, and researchers harness the power of omics to accelerate the innovative yields in food and nutrition. Secretary de la Peña will also reveal the latest updates from the Tuklas Lunas R&D program. Beyond pharmaceutical applications, This program aligned with other industry support programs of the DOST, such as the Science for Change program or S4CP, enabled income-generating components to support local private industries, local communities, and even our indigenous groups. As DOST continues to support local government efforts in curbing the pandemic through health and hygiene innovations, we are also mindful of the need to propel regional development. To be revealed later are 10 recently approved niche centers in the regions for R&D or NICER, a sub-program of the Science for Change program aimed at promoting inclusive growth that will benefit the research community and industry by increasing the number of developed and transferred technologies. The Big 21 in 2021 list will also uncover some facilities built to enable global capability and competitiveness in the manufacturing sector. With the ongoing health crisis, disruptive technologies or innovations to enhance digitization, workforce improvement, and competitiveness in metals and engineering industries will be presented later. Throughout history, a crisis, no matter what shape or form, presents an opportunity for collaboration and support. The pandemic we are facing presents challenges that require scientific interventions and change in policy. We're currently lobbying for the passage of the Science for Change bill, which aims to put the Philippines within the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO benchmark for a developing country with an R&D budget equivalent to 1% of the country's GDP. The Science for Change bill will promote inclusive, equitable, and sustainable development through the optimal use of the R&D budget allocated to different government departments and agencies. Beyond funding, we also plan to augment our R&D manpower through the DOST Science and Technology Fellows Program. It is our sincere hope that our policymakers will rally behind our proposal and support the scientific programs and projects of DOST. You will witness in the Big 21 reveal the potential of a future shaped by research and development. A post-pandemic scenario may mean a future totally different from the world we experienced before COVID-19. However, through R&D, we have the means to innovate, possess the adaptive capacity to grow and change for the better. This is how R&D makes positive changes happen for our country and the world. Maraming salamat po at muli magandang agham sa ating lahat.